welcome to this new show of the Alex Show TV. This is episode 315 from the 26th of April of the year 2024. Today is a Friday, and in this Alien Week, in this Ashtar Sharan Week, today's episode is Who is Ashtar Sharan? I think on Monday's episode on the incident in 1977 in the UK of an intrusion in a television transmission out there in South England. Very interesting stuff, and it came all week has come back to me in a way. These memories of this incident at the time, and then I recalled I read it in a magazine, in a very out there magazine published in Mexico, which is kind of mainstreamish, but you know it has these stories, and they had an article on the. It was in the 1980s, late 1980s, that I read a 3-4 page article on this TV intrusion. It's funny that as I made more investigation after producing the show, I noticed how even mainstream media and newspapers and that at the time and currently still, first of all, totally accept this happened. This is real. I mean, that transmission was real. It's not a hoax in the sense it never happened and someone just shared this information, you know, it's a fantasy. No, it happened. Intrusion happened. Okay, but they also leave the door open that there is no real evidence this was man-made. Okay, no one was ever charged. There's no equipment was ever found that could do this intrusion. So I don't know. I just leave it out there. As I shared, I concentrated on the message. I concentrated that I felt half the message was a little bit, you know, a little bit this stuff I see all the time from contactees, that all of these cataclysm events are going to happen and real soon. I see a lot about earthquakes. I see a lot about tsunamis. That's why a lot of these thoughts that people say they receive either messages or intuitions to move to higher land. You probably have heard that. And I know of people that have moved from the coast to higher land, okay? Because they feel there's a massive worldwide tsunami coming. I don't subscribe to any of this stuff. And it's not that I don't believe this could happen. I just say if that happens, that happens. And whoever is left, and whoever is gone, is gone. I know it sounds quite dramatic or quite sad. For me, is these cataclysm events, do we really have a choice? And do we really want to be part of a world that is crippled in that sense? If there's a mass world, for example, tsunami, and you're the ones in the mountains, just imagine the world that is left. It's going to become quite difficult. Okay? So for me, I don't concentrate on those events. My position is if an asteroid is coming, there's really not much to concentrate there. I find it quite difficult that a higher being will share that message, okay? And the only possibility is they share that message so you understand that to be in peace, to be in contact with your inner self, with your own intuition, with your divine connection, you have to live every day as the last, and you have to live every hour as the last, and then every minute as the last, and then you understand you're living in the now. You're living in this moment, and that's it. And that's it. That's what you concentrate in, and then you're free. Okay? So I found an excellent video. Again, it's on the show notes as credit, as reference. It's only 6 minutes. I took 3 clips out of it and almost got to the full 6 minutes. They're around a minute and a half each, something like that. But I want to go step by step to share this message of who is Ashtar Sharan, because I felt this video made an excellent effort, an excellent explanation that is not necessarily a person as we see it, as you see in the screen right now, which is a depiction of contactees as they see Ashtar in their, you know, when they're having this contact, which is not necessarily physical, is more like in meditation, in some sort of, you know, in a dream state, while you're sleeping, in some sort of other form that is not necessarily like you're talking to a person. You're seeing images in your head. It's very difficult to explain, or you have knowledge or wisdom implanted in your head, or you have, you know, some sort of experience which is not necessarily like a human interaction. Okay. I also shared many times that I do believe all of these contactees, they have, I mean, I no one to question their interactions, if they're real or not. There's no way for me to even express an opinion of that. What I also believe is these higher beings present in the form you're comfortable with. So for example, there's this gentleman from Argentina, that Juan Carlos Arachet, you might have heard of him. He claims, again, we have to be respectful, that's his claim, You believe it or not, that's beyond the point. I mean, that's what he claims, that he is part of kind of the tribe of Jesus Christ, and that in a moment in this lifetime, in this expression he's having, he's from the Pleiades, that's what he claims, and from Sirius before that. And on this expression, he had a moment, he was having it very rough. He was living out there, in the out there, on a mobile home, and that his friend Sananda, which is kind of the soul name of Jesus Christ, according to many, by the way, Michael Sananda, to be specific about it, from the Merope star in the Pleiades and Sirius before that, another expression. He showed up as a real human being, and they had a 3-hour conversation as real human beings in the 3D. Okay, this is very out there stuff. I mean, if this went on mainstream media, for example, they would ridiculize the gentleman Juan Carlos Archet, and it will be something out there in the sense that this guy is claiming to have had a real physical conversation with Jesus Christ. These beings present to us in the way we need them, okay? So some see beings of light, that's the way you need it, that's the way you can handle. Some see physical or seem to appear physical beings, that's the way you need it. Some see what you see in the screen, it's a depiction of Ashtar Sharan, that's what you need maybe. Doesn't mean it's not real, it doesn't mean it's just a diff. It's like when I claim, for example, with my good friend Tony, they say, hey mate, we're having the same idea, just using different words. Exactly that. The concept is the same, it just presents to you in different ways because that's the way you can handle, or that's the way you need it. But so we don't go long on this one. We have 3 videos to watch. Let's watch the first one, and I'll give you my thoughts as we go. Let's watch it together.
What does the name Ashtar Sharan mean? Some understand Ashtar Sharan as a 12th dimensional consciousness, bringing in its code of light, the twin soul of Archangel Michael. Others see him as commander of the extraterrestrial fleet of the Galactic Federation, who would be helping your galaxy in the transition from the 4th to the 5th and 6th dimensions since the beginning of the century, working for the energetic adjustment of the Earth and in your gradual, genetic and consciential evolution. Yes, there is a galactic command that is coordinating all these works and much more. But that's not quite how things work in the superior worlds of light. From now on, to delve into this subject, we lovingly ask all of you to keep your minds open, so that we can break together some more paradigms in relation to spirituality and its aspects. Since the beginning of time, human beings have lived archetypally in an imperialist hierarchy. Being that at the top of the pyramid, in command there is a king, emperor or president, and below his commanders, and then below the soldiers. Next comes the popularly called plebs, or the people. And according to the rules, they need to obey the orders of the highest leader, thus showing the individuality of human beings who are not yet awake, and do not know that they are part of a single consciousness. Now we will see that, based on this archetype, many spiritualists see Ashtar Sharan as the commander of the star fleet, as if he were an individual being. Remembering that Archangel Michael himself, when he manifests himself, says he is part of a single cosmic consciousness, and truly, he presents himself with this name and many others, due to the belief that most human beings are linked to this interpretation of the spiritual hierarchy. Therefore, these higher order spirits will present themselves to you according to your way of seeing the world.
Okay, extremely important and deep stuff in those around 2 minutes, okay? Extremely, okay? I'm not saying I got it, I'm not saying like that, but it came to me a few years ago when I started this journey of the channels and podcasting and that, when I felt something change in me. That is in the last 2 minutes of the show, okay? And it has been in the last 2 minutes of the show forever, that I claim no more hierarchies, no more governments, no more medical and financial system. Okay, let's take out the governments and the medical and financial system for the second. No more hierarchies, okay? As we understand, we're a single consciousness. We're all part of the same thing. We're all part of the oneness. We're all part of the unity. We understand that Ashtar Sharan, the Archangel Michael, and all of these beings that present to contactees, maybe they are saying they are Ashtar Sharan and Archangel Michael and all that, because that's what we need or want to hear. Because we put a lot of weight into hierarchies. We put a lot of weight of who we're talking to. We're put a lot of weight to who is sending the message. As I shared many times, I mean, I've been doing this for 2 years and 2 months, and I'm not complaining. And please, this is not an ego trip or anything like that. But I have a handful of subscribers. I think I'm not even to 3,000 subscribers, okay? And I was not even close to 2,000 in BitChute, and I think I have like 500 and something in Rumble. We tend to put a lot of weight. The only reason I would like more subscribers is the reason that Archangel Michael or Ashtar Sharan or others present, even Michael Sananda, Michael, sorry, is that correct pronunciation? Michael Sananda, better known as Jesus Christ, and some others present like that. Being part of the single consciousness, being part of the everything, being part of the unity, exactly because you need to hear that. So a lot of people have said that I talk to Jesus Christ in my dreams, in my meditation, in my, in my contact, in this contactee relationship, okay? Maybe that's what you need to do, because then you're going to listen to the message. Maybe this being presents itself as a unity, as part of the consciousness, as part of the everything, with a name you don't know. You're gonna say, wow, maybe this is a dark being, maybe I'm not really interested. We put a lot of weight in hierarchies. Like I say many times, I have no interest at all to shake a president's hand or anything like that. For me, that it's the same thing as shaking someone out there in Africa. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. There are no hierarchies, okay? And the moment we take up, this is extremely important for me. You don't know how much that we need to take these concepts away as we shift into going into the unity, into the everything. Okay, you don't know how happy it makes me. I found this video and explains it so well in a way I couldn't explain it. Go back and watch the full 6-minute video, or at least this clip of 2 minutes, because they explain it perfectly. They present with these names because that's what we need to maybe have some value, okay? So they know, they are part of the everything. When I say the universe is always with you in the shower, when you're working, when you're driving, when you're thinking, when you're loving, the universe is always there. You're always connected to the unity, to the single consciousness of the universe. Okay, so they know what you need. They are reaching you for a reason, and they know how they must present themselves so you're comfortable, and this message is gonna work for you. So I hope it makes sense. Who is Ashtar Sharan? He is the single consciousness, but it's not that he's special. He doesn't have a hierarchy. He doesn't have an importance in the total spectrum of the unity, of the everything, of the oneness, of the creator, of the creation. Let's watch the second clip, and I'll continue giving you my thoughts.
The name Ashtar Sharan is a Sanskrit name, which translated means, the light that shines brightest. We must tell you that, in the higher planes of light, the individuality of the soul no longer exists. Ascended spirits only assume individual names when they need to communicate with spirits that have not yet awakened, both incarnate and disembodied. Because their communication is purely feeling and sensations, they recognize each other as a unit. To simplify, we can say, the word ascend means, return to the creative matrix. What we want to say with this entire explanation is this. The command that has taken over the earth now in this time of regeneration and that is preparing for the age of light, can be called Ashtar command, that is, command of light. Of course, some superior entities use this name, Ashtar Sharan, to communicate with some contactees here on earth, but not everyone has the ability to understand that, in fact, they are speaking with a single cosmic consciousness, which is only using one different guise, depending on the vibration of the person contacted. Now, we can say that there is no commander or subordinates in command of the light. They are all the same consciousness. Therefore, among the ascended ones there is not just one leader, they all are. In some cases, there are some of these higher souls, who have a little more knowledge than others, but these are affectionately called masters, and they behave equally, like those below.
Yes, wonderful and beautiful. And again, it's the same kind of message. Explain again how there are no leaders, they all are. There's no one single or a couple of them, they all are. Basically, they're the same. There are no hierarchies, okay? This advanced beings have embraced unity, have embraced the oneness, have embraced the single consciousness. As they communicate with lower density reality beings or with lower light beings, however you want to call it, they have to adapt. They are the ones that have to adapt and understand. If they present as a single consciousness, maybe the beings are not going to get the message or not going to understand it. So again, I don't claim to be special. What I tell you is when I speak to my own consciousness, when I go with my divine connection, when I go with my compass, with my heart resonator, as I call it in 315 episodes, many names, I connect, I feel I connect to this consciousness, okay? I connect to the universe, basically. Yes. So that's why maybe I'm not concerned. I'm not saying, again, please, this is difficult because I'm afraid some of you may take it that I feel myself as special. No, on the contrary, I'm no one. I'm no one. But I can really share with you that I don't feel the need to say, hey, Jesus Christ, come and talk to me. Hey, Ashtar Sharan, come and talk to me. Hey, commander of the Blue Avians or the Pleiadians, come and talk to me. No, no. I get the same feeling. I think we're all talking to the same being. We're talking to the creator. We're talking to the everything. We're talking to all of these beings all together at the same time. When we cross certain density realities, and as it was explained on the first clip, I believe that Ashtar Sharan is in the 12th dimension, I believe it was called. As we get to that point, we really lose individuality and we embrace the fact that we are all the same, part of the same thing. And we're really just a single entity. And that then it becomes so laughable how we can be fighting each other, how can we be hate each other, how can we divide each other, how can we kill each other, kill air quotes, because there's no killing. No one dies in the universe ever, okay? It's just an impression that you have killed someone, you have ended someone when that being goes forever. You just have interrupted an experience. That's all you have done, which is not good. I'm not saying that's a good thing. What I'm trying to say is just think how ridiculous it is that you go in the street and you don't start seeing everyone as your brother and sister, that you are not understanding that you are all the same thing. We are all, you and I and everyone, we're all part of the same thing. And that's the beauty of having contacts with Ashtar Sharan and the Archangel Michael and Jesus Christ, and they are the same. They are the same one. They're just presenting themselves in a different way for your own comfort. Because they don't want to rattle you. They don't want to upset you. They love you. They love you with everything, the pure energy of the universe. And they're contacting you. There's a reason for that, but you're being contacted by a single consciousness. And you can be contacted, yes. Everyone has a different process. I just had Corazon Maria. You might want to check that episode of her story. She was a child. She saw a lot of this stuff. And then Ashtar Sharan came and said that the other name was the Archangel Michael and everything. She was talking to the single consciousness all the time. Well, that's what she needed at the time. And she knows that. I'm pretty sure she knows that. Okay. And then she says that for 3.5 years, she hasn't received messages because we're going to leave you alone because you don't, again, they know everything. The universe knows everything. That's because Corazon Maria doesn't need it at this time. Okay. And if she ever needs it again, they're going to come again. She's open to it. But what happens is the universe is so beautiful, the creation is so beautiful, the single consciousness is wonderful, that if you are not open to it, you're not going to get it. You're not going to receive any messages, okay? If you say, you know what, this is all BS. You know what, this guy's crazy. You know what, I don't want this. I want my materiality. I want my enjoyment. I want my pleasures in this life. I really don't want to bother to that until I die. That's the feeling of some. I'll bother about spirituality when I die, okay? That's why I go to Mass. That's why I give money to the church. So they protect me when I pass, that I'm protected, so I'm going to have a good spiritual life. Then you're not going to get it. You're not going to get any messages because they're so beautiful, they're not going to bother you. If they are contacting you, it's because you're being open to it. So the other side of the coin is you want to be open to it. It's very easy. Who am I? Where do I come from? Try contacting your inner self. You have a universe inside you. You have the connection to the single consciousness inside you. Don't be worried if it's Ashtar Sharan or another name. Again, we're all contacting the same place. We're all contacting, and as I said, your higher self, because your higher self in the 12th dimension, in the 21st dimension, in all of these dimensions, it's a single entity of single consciousness. You are already there. You have made it. Okay, you are the best version of you. So who is the best? Who knows you better than yourself in the future So that's the one you contact. And again, it can take many names for your own comfort, okay? Let's watch the last clip together, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts.
My dears, to better understand your cosmic origin and your relationship with the highest spirits, you need to abandon the archetypes created by man, and take a quantum leap with your minds and souls. Only in this way will you not fall into the traps of many who are spread across the earth, claiming to be contacted by beings of light. Take great care to seek your spirituality with wisdom, as Master Sananda, Jesus Christ, once said, many false prophets will come who will speak in the name of light.
Okay, I wanted to include that one. That's a controversial one, because please again about Master Sananda, Michael Sananda, apparently, Michael Sananda, from the Merope star in the Pleiades, previously from Sirius, friend of Juan Carlos Archet. I believe Juan Carlos Archet, they had experiences together. So imagine, this name might not sound like much to you, but this guy in Argentina, I mean, imagine what a beautiful story. I mean, they were part in previous experiences. And yes, Jesus Christ is beware of false prophets, of false light, of false prophets. What I see is a lot of experiences that they talk all about these meteorites, this Third World War, all of these things coming, and they claim dates, and then they change the dates, and they claim they know that 75% of humanity is gonna die, and the other part, if you don't change now, you're gonna be doomed forever. All of that stuff sounds like false prophets to me. All of that stuff. Nothing of that sounds benign. Nothing of that resonates with me. If a meteor is coming, we're not gonna die. The earth is not gonna die, okay? Don't be concerned, because you could say, yeah, what? I mean, we might keep going as something else, but how about animals and that on Earth? The universe knows. The universe is not like that, okay? There might be reboots here and there on planets, yes. That's what the universe needs and wants, and that's what the planet needed and wanted, and everyone is on it, okay? But all of these are claiming just these negative things, and especially these threats, that if we don't change, we're doomed. To me, they're false prophets. Okay? I respect all of them. And believe me, they have millions of subscribers, some of them, hundreds of thousands of views on that. So if we go by that hierarchy, or however you want to call it, that standard, I'm no one, and there's something, and they're quite big, and I'm nothing. I'm beyond small. I'm nano size. Okay, so it's very easy for me maybe to be like that, according to their optic, because you are nothing, I'm something. Of course, you're going to criticize me and say I'm a false prophet, and you're not, or something like that. I'm no prophet. I don't know anything. I just know that when I connect, it gives me peace, and I know I'm connecting to a single consciousness, which millions and billions are doing in different names, as already explained on the show a few times. So as I shared, people have told me, Jesus Christ in my guide group, and great. It's the same thing. He's in everything. He is the everything, same as Ashtar Sharan, same as Archangel Michael and others. The same thing. Okay, don't be so, heightened and wow. No hierarchies, no importance. The good part is you're connecting to the single unity. You're connected to the everything. That's the good. That's what I believe. Very happy about if I was you. But all this information that they share, and especially some of them charge for it, that's beyond. I mean, that at least give it out for free. I mean, if you're going to say a meteor is coming, give me the information for free. I mean, to charge me. And some people have made really a living out of this. And I went through all that with the Nibiru thing. I was very interested in that. I don't know, maybe for the wrong ways. I cannot explain it. And it's amazing, the channels I follow, and I donated to some of them. They were a living for the ones. They were making a living out of saying that Nibiru was coming in 2018 and presenting a few videos and pictures of two sons and that some of them might be real, some of them might be concocted. I don't know. I don't care at this time. It was, I guess, informational or, entertaining at the time. I felt it as entertainment. I was very obsessed with that, as my love of astronomy and the universe. So for me, if you ask me, the ones that are sharing all of these dates and saying they know prophecies from the past, and they have read books from the Sumerians and the Bible, decoded the Bible and and the clips, and all of this stuff that is going on right now, for me, these are the false prophets Master Sananda was talking about. So I hope you enjoyed this different show. I wanted to do a kind of alien week, a Ashtar Sharan week. I feel it's not really out there. This is just the basic thing that is happening right now, that we're getting connected to the everything, because that's our preparation as we are going to move along as a humanity, as a planet, to a higher dimension. And we have to be better. That's it. Just try to be your best version and you're going to be fine. That's my secret that I want to share with you. Be your best version. Let yourself go. Connect to the everything. Embrace the everything. And you're going to be fine. Thank you very much. If everything's okay, I should see you back on Monday. Have a great weekend. If you can, enjoy with family and friends. Take care. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from touching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you'd like to appear on the show, please email me at kate@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very